I never thought a single moment could destroy everything I believed about love. It was a cold Friday evening when I came home earlier than usual. My boss had canceled a late meeting, and for once, I thought I'd surprise my wife, Emily. I remember smiling in the car, imagining her reaction when she saw me walking in with her favorite bottle of wine. But when I opened the door, the smile on my face froze. The living room was dark, except for the faint light coming from our bedroom upstairs. At first, I didn't think much of it. Maybe she was just reading before bed. But then I heard it, muffled laughter. A man's laughter. My chest tightened. Every step I took up those stairs felt heavier, like the house itself was trying to stop me. My hand shook as I pushed open the bedroom door. And there it was. Emily, my wife of 5 years, in bed with another man. For a second, I couldn't breathe. The bottle of wine slipped from my hand and shattered on the floor. She gasped, scrambled for the blanket, and the man, God, I still remember his smug face, just sat there calm, like he belonged in my home. "Michael, I can explain," Emily whispered, her voice trembling. But there was nothing to explain. That image burned into my brain, and no words could erase it. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just stared at her, then turned around and walked out. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat in my car outside the house, staring at the empty street, wondering how the woman I loved more than anything could betray me like that. And while I sat there, one thought kept repeating in my head, this isn't over. The next morning, Emily tried to talk to me. She cried, begged me to listen, but all I heard was the echo of that man's laugh in my bedroom. I packed a bag and left, without saying where I was going. I didn't have the strength to look at her. For a week, I stayed at a cheap motel, trying to figure out what to do with my life. My phone buzzed non-stop. Calls, messages, voicemails from Emily. At first, I ignored them. But eventually, curiosity got the better of me. I listened. "Michael, please, it was a mistake. He means nothing. I need you. I love you." Her words twisted a knife in my chest. She sounded desperate, but how could I believe her? She had already proven what her love meant. One night, after too many drinks, I decided to return, not to forgive, but to confront. I wanted answers. When I walked into the house, it felt different. Cold. Hollow. Emily sat on the couch, her eyes red and swollen. She looked like a stranger. "Why, Emily?" I asked. "You've been so focused on work, I felt invisible," Emily admitted through tears. "It wasn't about him. It was about me. I was weak. I made a mistake." Her words cut deep. Part of me wanted to scream, to tell her how selfish that sounded. I worked long hours for us, to give her a life without worries. And now she was blaming me for her betrayal? I clenched my fists, forcing myself to stay calm. "A mistake? Emily, mistakes are forgetting to buy milk. I pointed toward the stairs where I had found them. This was a choice. Don't insult me by calling it a mistake." She sobbed harder, reaching for me, but I stepped back. I couldn't let her touch me, not after what she had done. That night, I told her I was leaving for good. Her face went pale, like she hadn't expected me to actually walk away. I could see the fear in her eyes, not just fear of losing me. Angry at myself for not seeing the signs earlier. How many late nights had she worked overtime? How many times did she turn her phone upside down when I walked into the room? Suddenly, every memory I had with her felt poisoned. I couldn't just let it go. I needed to know who he was. The man in my house, the man in my bed. It didn't take long to find out. A neighbor mentioned seeing Emily with someone around town. A tall guy, expensive car, always dressed sharp. Eventually, I caught his name, Ryan. I searched him up, And my stomach turned when I realized the truth. He wasn't some random fling. He worked at her office. He was her boss. That explained everything. The confidence in his eyes when I caught them, the way he didn't even bother to cover himself. He thought he owned. I didn't want to just walk away anymore. I wanted him to feel what I felt. So I waited. I followed him after work, watching from a distance. He drove that shiny black car like he owned the world. I memorized his routine. When he left the office, where he stopped for coffee, which nights he dropped Emily off at our house, like some thief returning stolen goods. One evening, I confronted him in the parking lot. He smirked the second he saw me, like this was all just a game. "Michael," he said calmly, straightening his tie. "I was wondering when you'd show up." My blood boiled. "Stay away from my wife." He laughed. Actually laughed. "Your wife! She came to me, not the other way around. If she was truly yours, do you think she'd be in my bed?" I wanted to hit him right there, to wipe that smug look off his face. But I didn't. I turned and walked away, fists clenched so tight my nails dug into my palms. That night, I realized something. This wasn't just about Emily anymore. It was about respect. About revenge. And I swore to myself, Ryan would regret ever crossing me. And Emily, she would learn that betraying me was the worst mistake of her life. But how I made that happen, that's a story you'll only hear if you stay until the very end.